Tonight's story is Gone with the Wand. Once upon a time, long, long ago, to be actual and completely factual, this little fairy tale began 3 months ago last Thursday. If yours truly, Tooth Fairy Second Class Edith B. Caspid, hadn't seen it with my own 2 peepers, I wouldn't have believed it myself. But there she was, all right. Yes, my dears, Bernice Sparklestein, once the best fairy godmother in the entire universe and beyond, was having a bad wand day. A very bad wand day. She wasn't even having luck stirring up a little tea for 2. Perhaps you dipped when you should have dunked, I suggested. I'm Kapoofsky is what I am, said Bernice. Edith, I think my wand is gone. I almost choked on my crumpet. What? Bernice Sparklestein? Gone with the wand? Rubbish! Why, her work was legendary, the stuff stories were made of, and she had the pictures to prove it. Gone with the wand. Utter nonsense. I told Bernice to just get out there and give that wand another whirl. Shoulders back, feet forward, the big wind up. Yes, well, perhaps she was even rustier than we both imagined. Frankly, it looked like she didn't even have enough bippity left in her to salakadoo one more pumpkin. Yes, those glory fire-breathing dragon days were over, all right. I should have gone into your line of work, Edith. Tooth fairies are always busy. I know everyone believes the nightlife is glamorous, but all that tippy-toeing is not easy on the feet, I can tell you. Look at this bunion. Bernice winced at my big toe. Oh me, oh my, I don't think I could handle that sort of work, Edith. Whatever am I going to do now? A very good question. Of course, barely passing my wisdom tooth test myself, it was not one I was able to answer on such short notice. But then, don't you know, suddenly a decidedly divine idea popped into the old cranium. I never breathed a word of it before, but, oh my, yes, I had my share of varied experience before I landed in the tooth business. Dozens and dozens, well, just eons of doing this or that. My closets and trunks were filled with old uniforms and folderol. Maybe Bernice could try them on for size and see if any fit her fancy. We winged it right on over to my place. Fairy dusting. Positively charming, you know, Bernice. Everyone can use a little magic sprinkle now and then. Bernice tried on the apron and headed up, up and away. She was back in 10 minutes. I think I'm allergic to dust. I handed her a hanky and we went back to the closet. Choo! Now, here is a simply spectacular sparkler, I said, pulling out another little number from the closet. Snow Fairy. Creating snowflakes is so creative, my dear. Fancy schmancy, too, said Bernice, getting ready for takeoff number 2. She was back in 10 minutes. Brrr! My wings iced over. Buffalo. We brushed off the flakes and went back to the closet. This sugar plum look is totally marvelous, I said. Besides, nobody can resist a candygram. I can tell from experience you've got a sweet tooth. So ta-ta and toodaloo. Bernice headed up and out. She was back in 5 hours and 10 minutes. I ate the merchandise, she confessed, bursting out of her sugar plums. My dears, it was not pretty. I'm a failure, Bernice said tearfully. Oh, pooh, I said with a hug. So you're not a duster, flaker, or big with the bonbons. Don't you worry, we'll find a job that's perfect for you yet. Bernice wiped a tear. Really? But of course. I fibbed. Truthfully, what does a fairy godmother do when her wand's really gone? Who gives a wish to a wish maker? Granted, I was only a plain old ordinary pillow tooth plucker, but I knew I had to think of something to help my best friend, and fast. So I thought and pondered and pondered and thought, and then I just pondered. I pondered so much I was pooped. Before I knew it, I nodded off for 40 winks myself, and then, I woke up with a snort. A bit of embarrassing, chin drool and late for work, but with one wonderful dream of a plan, even if I do say so myself. Step 1. Wake up call. Bernice, I need your help tonight with the tooth taking. Do you mind? Bernice yawned. Huh? Check. Step 2. Let the tasking begin. Tisking begin. Tis, tis, tis. Edith, this child is untucked. Indeed, Bernice, I see it every night. Arms poking out from the covers here, toes sticking out from the blankets there. Tisk, tisk. Double check. Step 3. More toes, more tisking. Oh dear, tisk, tisk, tisk. Triple check. By the time my shift ended, Bernice was extremely perturbed and her tongue very tired from all that tisking. My plan could not have been working better. Edith, don't moms and dads do bedtime tucking anymore? I dropped my bicuspid bag and rubbed my aching tippy toe. Well, of course they do. But after all, kids will be kids. They wiggle, squirm, they get untucked. Little tootsies get chilled. The tots wake up crying. Moms and dads lose sleep. The Sandman is off schedule. And I'm working overtime. It's a most serious problem, all right. Yes, I can see that, said Bernice with a knowing nod. But can't something be done? Step 4. A little Edith B. Cuspid magic. Not to mention superb acting. I sighed a long, very long sigh. Yes, if only someone, somewhere, had the answer to this terrible untucking situation. But who? What? How? Bernice began thinking. There was a glitter in her twinkle, a flick in her flare. A sparkle in Sparklestein was making a comeback. Check, 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 check. The very next morning, over a cup of cocoa, Bernice was all aflutter. Edith, she announced with utmost confidence, what is needed here is a good night's sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Fairy godmother. Someone to make sure children get an extra bedtime tuck. What an absolutely incredibly marvelous idea. But Bernice, wait. That's no job for an ordinary everyday wand waver. Who can we ever get to do it? Bernice grinned. Edith, my first-class friend, I'm thinking who you've been thinking. Me. And there you have it, my dears. Like the story always goes, we all lived happily ever after. But I bet you knew that already, didn't you? The end. That's the end of Gone with the Wand. Have a great night, everyone.